welcome back to my round 13 tips. I've already fucking recorded this, but I had mic issues. So we're doing this all over again. I've literally already done this, so I think this video might be a bit shorter. Let's start off with Adelaide, Richmond, Adelaide Oval. Richmond do not have Celts. We don't have a forward line. Therefore, the Adelaide Football Club will win comfortably 50 points at home. Next game, we've got the Dogs versus the Brisbane Lions at Marvel. The Dogs in form, but have the injuries. I think the Lions get an upset victory away from home at Marvel Stadium here. On the precedent that the Dogs are on and off, and with the injuries, I think the Lions can pounce. They can pounce on them. So we're going to go with the Lions there by about 15 points. Hawthorn take on GWS. Close game. I see a world where Hawthorn win. I see a world where GWS wins. Both teams in form, relatively speaking. Giants coming off the bye, which should be quite interesting. I think I'm going to go with the Giants here by about 6 points. I think Hawthorn will put up a good fight, but in the end, the quality of the Giants, I think, should be a bit too much for Sam Mitchell and his young Hawks to overcome. Which takes us to next game, which before the season started, you would have said this would be a very, very important game. West Coast against North Melbourne in Optus Stadium. But now it's not important. West Coast are well out of that wooden spoon race. It's Richmond, North Melbourne now. West Coast at Optus Stadium have been good this season, and North Melbourne's form is not good enough. Do I see a world where they win? Probably not. So we're going to go with the West Coast victory comfortably by around 25 points here. I do think North Melbourne will play right just because West Coast aren't good. But at home, they'll be too good. St Kilda take on Gold Coast at Marvel. I believe Gold Coast are favourites, but this is a game I see St Kilda winning. Now, I do think St Kilda will potentially make a very, very late charge and not a good charge for the top 8. And I think that starts here. Now, Gold Coast are the much better team. They're in the much better form. This is the most exciting team to watch in the competition, arguably. Gold Coast taking on the most boring team to watch in the competition, St Kilda. Holy shit. I mean, if this was any other team, I'd be falling asleep watching this game because St Kilda stink. But thank God Gold Coast are fucking fun to watch. In saying that, I don't know why I've gone with St Kilda, but I am going to tip them by around 10 points. Okay, moving on. Sydney take on Geelong. I'm going with Geelong. Now, I just had this weird feeling. Now, everything says to tip Sydney. Also, ignore the fact I'm using nail clippers as a mic. I thought, let's be a bit different here. Oh, shit. Sydney are coming off the bye. They're probably going to be, well, they will be more fresh. That's something in Sydney's favour. Sydney are the better team in Sydney's favour. Sydney are in better form in Sydney's favour. Geelong are in awful form in Sydney's favour. Geelong are going away from home in Sydney, SCG, Sydney's favour. Everything is in Sydney's favour. Everything. But I see this weird world where Geelong get a job done. I don't know why. I also see a world where Sydney win by fucking 80, 90 points and Geelong are like out of the top 4 battle. But I just see a world in my vision somewhere. I don't know how. I see a world where Sydney win. Wait, sorry. Where Geelong win. Geelong by 1 point. That's right, I fucking said it. The last 2 games are fantastic. Essendon taking on Carlton at the MCG. Essendon's home ground advantage or home game advantage. But I think Carlton are in better form. Even though Essendon have been looking really good, I think Essendon do lose this match and they may or may not slip out the top 4. Carlton by 5 points. And lastly, the Queen/King's birthday. I don't even know. Who the fuck cares? Fuck royal family. But it is a fantastic matchup. Traditionally, Collingwood win these. They win these big games against Melbourne. They always beat Melbourne. Even when Melbourne are much better. But I think the difference this time is Collingwood have loads of injuries and they are not in form. They are coming off a loss against the Dogs where they looked shit. And the injuries are just, they're mounting. They are more and more injuries. Conversely, Melbourne are not so injured. They have been in better form, but obviously last week they got absolutely fucked by the Fremantle Football Club. Dominated. Domination. Fun to light, bruv. You get me. big man thing, yeah? So, in this respect, for me, it's a genuine 50-50. Like, how am I meant to... Collingwood are probably the better team, but they've got the injuries. Like, it's just such a toss-up. Collingwood's home game advantage, sorry. Take your pick. Collingwood, Melbourne. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What was that? Fam, what fuck? But Collingwood. I think Collingwood win. Because in these 50-50 games, when I don't know who to pick, I ask myself, who is the better team? Who is the better team? Not the better players, who's the better team? Yeah? I think Collingwood are the better team. And that's why Collingwood get the job done by 4 points. 4-point victors. Some close games. So this week's fucked. I've gone with Adelaide to win. I've gone with an upset, Lions to win. Narrow but Giants win. West Coast win. Upset St Kilda win. Upset Geelong win. And then Carlton win. And then Collingwood in Melbourne is genuinely 50-50. Now, if you're a fan of Fremantle or Port Adelaide, you have the bye this week, sorry. The buys are coming thick and fast. That was a quicker video. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Follow the TikTok, FTFooty. I also have an Instagram now, FTFooty with 3 Ys. Follow that. Bosh!